Hey everyone, how's it going? HKUHD here, and welcome to another video. So in this video I will be showing you some of the essentials I think you need from a work from home setup, as well as which products I am currently using. I like to create a setup that's minimal, where everything has a purpose most of the time. So starting off with the desk. This is the Jarvis desk frame from Fully, and the desktop is from FlexiSpot. I have gone black on black for now, but I can easily change the desktop at a later date. The size of the desk is great, which helps me fit everything I need on the desk. I think the build quality is good, and would cycle between sitting and standing during the working day. I think the majority of people would be quite happy with this desk. If you would like a more in-depth video, then check out my previous video. So moving on to the tech side of things. The most important part of any setup is the computer, whether that's a laptop or a desktop. I generally prefer a laptop because of the portability aspect. So what drives my setup? Well, I actually have two laptops, one which was provided to me from work, and the other is my own personal laptop. So for the work laptop, I have the base spec 14-inch MacBook Pro with 16GB of RAM and a 512GB hard drive. It works well and looks great, but I don't really use it for many intense tasks. The max I have is multiple tabs open. I have never had the fan spin up on me, so I would definitely say this is more power than I need. The screen does look great and can go really bright. It's also super responsive thanks to that ProMotion display. For my personal laptop, I used the original M1 13-inch MacBook Pro with 16GB of RAM and a 1TB hard drive. I have been happy with this laptop for the past year, which has replaced my fairly old MacBook Pro that I had before it. I think it's a really solid option for video editing and general usage like web browsing and administrative tasks. I don't really feel the need to upgrade to the new MacBook Pro. I think the next most important product is a monitor, and this can really level up your productivity. So why should you consider a monitor for your desk setup? Well, it helps you display more content, you can swap between applications quickly, you can easily navigate multiple windows, and you can view documents side by side. So the monitor is from Dell. It's the P2722H. This one was actually provided to me by work. It's a 1080p 60Hz display. So it's nothing amazing, but it will do the job. It supports HDMI, VGA and DisplayPort. It also has an anti-glare screen, which is really useful if you're in bright environments to help reduce the strain on your eyes. The stand provides a good amount of flexibility with its height and tilt adjustments. You can also turn the screen horizontally if you'd like, but depending on your budget, I would highly recommend a 4K display. I have one for my gaming setup, and for me there's a big difference. Depending on the laptop you have, if it supports power delivery, then I would try and get a monitor which supports that, as you only need one cable to display, transfer data, and charge your laptop. Now that you have a monitor, it may be more beneficial to have separate peripherals such as an external keyboard and mouse. So I think having an external mouse or trackpad is obviously essential if you have a desktop, but if you have a laptop then it's optional. But I would highly recommend them, as you would be able to sit in a more comfortable position to help reduce any aches on your wrists. The choice of mouse for me is the Logitech MX Anywhere 2S, and I have had this mouse for a few years. You can customize some of the buttons to suit your workflow to make you complete tasks quicker. You can also connect this mouse to 3 different devices and toggle between them with the touch of a button. The battery life is solid and I rarely find myself having to charge it. There is a new MX Anywhere 3, but I haven't really felt the need to upgrade. If you prefer a trackpad, then I also have the Apple Magic Trackpad, which is equally as good as the trackpad on the MacBook Pro. And what's nice is you don't miss out on the gestures that the trackpad has to offer. The next device is an external keyboard, and this can really give you the flexibility to position yourself in a much comfortable position and make it more ergonomic. It can also create a better overall experience. So some of the benefits are better typing position. It helps me position the keyboard and mouse appropriately so that I don't put any strain on my wrists. And it keeps your laptop nice and clean so you don't have to touch it. So here I have the Keychron K3 version 2 with an RGB backlight. So this is actually my first mechanical keyboard, and I went with the low profile Keychron optical switches, which basically means I can swap them out. I went with the brown switches, which provide a nice tactile experience. All I can say is this keyboard is great and is a real joy to use. I didn't really think too much of having a mechanical keyboard, but it really changes your experience of using a keyboard, and once you try it, it can be difficult to go back. It supports multiple platforms such as iOS and Mac, as well as Android and Windows. This keyboard can be used both wirelessly or wired. I personally prefer wired because of the battery life. It will only last me a couple of days of using it for a few hours each day, and that's with the RGB lights off. But overall this keyboard is great and would definitely recommend it. In terms of audio, I actually use headphones. Headphones are a good solution if you're in a busy environment to help you reduce the noise and remain focused. So I use the Bose QC35-2s, and again I've had these for a few years and haven't felt the need to upgrade. The headphones sound good and the noise cancelling is great. Next on the list is a mic. So if you have a lot of virtual meetings and your laptop microphone or headphones isn't cutting it, then you may want to consider a USB mic to help improve the clarity a little and take your setup to the next level. Currently I have the Blue Yeti, which is a good entry-level mic, but I am currently on the lookout for something else. So that's the end of the video, and I hope you found it useful. If you did, then drop a like as it really helps the channel out. Apart from a laptop or computer, comment below what you would choose as the most important product for your work from home setup. In my next video I will show you some of the accessories I use to level up my setup. So if you're interested in that, then consider subscribing so you don't miss the upload. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.